Hey guys, this is long overdue, and I'm doing it kind of last minute. I know I talked about 2-3 weeks ago about our keto reboot system. Pruvit did this kind of like a reboot, cleanse, detox as an organization. It was a 60-hour reboot, and 60 hours sounds kind of like a lot, but it's really not because you're sleeping half of the time. And I gave little tidbits here and there in the group about how it was going along the way. And I even posted a video on the second evening where I was actually legitimately hungry. But I wanted to do a quick review of how it went for me, the positive and negative things I was feeling during, and whether or not I would actually recommend it to others. I haven't mentioned it much past then, but it doesn't mean that I don't recommend it. I actually do think it's a really positive thing. So a couple of things I want to preface with. So it is a reboot, cleanse type of situation, but it's a little bit different than what you think about when you hear cleanse. I've done a juice cleanse in the past where I literally drink just juice for 3 days. Other people do cleanses where, they just take some pills and drink a crap ton of water. It's not necessarily along those lines. The idea behind it is to basically detox, to reset your metabolism and reboot your system. And one of the kind of analogies I'd like to use is when your computer just isn't working as well as it used to. It's slow. It's not doing what you tell it. What do you do to it? If you call IT or if you do something on your own, the first thing they're going to say is, well, did you reboot your computer? And the same thing goes kind of for your body. If it's just a little slow, if you're feeling tired, if you've hit a plateau, if you're actually legitimately dieting or trying something, if you're not getting through your workouts, if you're just feeling kind of crummy, if what you're doing is not working, try rebooting your system. This is something that might be perfect for you. And it is something that I did like and that I will do again. And I'll tell you about how it went for me, but let me show you what it actually means in case you guys weren't following along a few weeks back when I actually did this keto reboot. So here you go, little package. It comes with a bunch. I'll go through it really quickly. So there are a couple of capsules. There's these Signal OS capsules. There are 10 of them in there. Basically the idea behind them is, I don't know everything that's in them, honestly. AC11, you guys can Google that, is one of the components of the pills. But if you read the front of it, it's an operating system that signals cell-to-cell interaction and DNA repair for optimized human performance, energy, cognition, and longevity. And that AC11 is something that really functions as a catalyst to improve that energy and brain function and cognition. But that's a part of it. Ketone supplements, there are 4 of them in here. These are raspberry lemonade, and that's what came with it. But if you have other flavors, you can swap them out. And then there are these broths, which are pretty cool. One's a more savory broth, and one's a little bit sweeter. You can go back and look at videos on what those were before. And then it also comes with 3 of these keto calm teas. And basically, there's no caffeine in them. There are some ingredients in there that help you relax and to sleep better and give you a more restorative sleep. But there's also ketones in them, so you're putting your body into that state of ketosis even while you sleep. So that's all that's in the reboot system. And like I said, it's 60 hours. So you start one evening, and then you go through basically 2 full days of this reboot and cleanse. And then, the idea behind it is to reboot your system, to reset your metabolic state, and to really give you a jump start on whatever is next. And I can attest that it really did do something for me. I had been kind of at a weight loss plateau, and it kind of set me forward in motion to actually lose a couple of more pounds. And right this second, currently I'm 5 pounds under my pre-pregnancy weight. I'm in the 140s, and you guys, I haven't seen the 140s. I mean, I technically weigh 2 pounds less than I did, and weight's not everything, but I weigh 2 pounds less than I did when I got married, which is really kind of cool too. So, it really did kind of help restart what I was doing. I was at a plateau, and it's good for people who are just try to figure out how they want to create a better life and to be healthier if they haven't really started a ketogenic journey or any other kind of journey quite yet. It's maybe even a good way to start. So along the way, there is a group. There's a group called the Keto Reboot group that I can add you to if you want to do it. And everyone in the group is doing this reboot at the exact same time. So you're not just on an island by yourself. You're doing this reboot with thousands of other people, maybe even tens of thousands the second time around, to where you'll get daily information, encouragement, check-ins, that kind of thing. You'll hear from people who may or may not be feeling similar things to you. It's a really, really positive experience, and I kind of like the way that it's being done. So that's a positive thing. And the other thing I want to stress is, kind of going all over the place here, this isn't really planned, but the reason for doing a reboot or something along those lines isn't necessarily to lose a bunch of weight really, really quickly. If you're doing a cleanse or a reboot for weight loss right then, during that time period, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And you're doing it wrong, honestly. So if you lose any weight during a reboot or a cleanse, it's not real weight. So, I mean, a couple of different things can happen. I mean, you can either not lose any weight, you can gain a few pounds, you can lose a few pounds or lose a bunch of pounds. But unless you've got a caloric deficit or an energy deficit, meaning that you intake less than what you're outputting, you're not going to actually lose weight. When your body is just storing water, or when you got diarrhea or something and you're getting rid of a bunch of water, it's not real weight, it's fake weight, it's water weight. We all hear the term water weight, but unless you've got a caloric deficit or you're eating more calories than you take in, you're not going to actually gain or lose real weight. So as a part of the reboot and cleanse, I didn't even weigh the day afterwards or during or anything. I waited 2 or 3 days to weigh, and I think I had lost like 2 pounds, and I was hesitant to even think of that being real weight because of the idea that it was probably water weight. So the idea behind it isn't to lose a significant amount of weight right then. And I think a lot of other Prove It promoters are even, not that they're doing it wrong, but in my opinion, it's a little bit deceptive to say, you know what, you guys, I lost like 6 pounds doing this reboot. It's great. You should do it too. You're going to see similar results. I don't think it's real weight. I think it probably came back and then may have been the catalyst for what was next for a 6 or 7 pound loss in the weeks after that. That's a fair statement. So I wanted to throw that in there. But okay, so how did it actually go for me? The good, the bad, the ugly. So I've talked a little bit about the good. And then the other good was that all of the flavors of everything was really, really solid. I was surprised to legitimately enjoy all of the flavors that of everything that came in the kit. And the other part of it was, for the most part, I wasn't starving. Like, I didn't have a angry, monster in my stomach making all kinds of noises all day long for 2 days like I thought was going to happen. I wasn't starving, uncomfortable, miserable. I really, really wasn't miserable for the most part. However, that second evening around 5 o'clock, I got hangry. I got like legit hangry. I was even a little bit mad about it, and it happened to be, my hair's just in my face. Sorry, y'all. Not my hair, but my husband and my son had gotten PDQ and milkshakes and all of this stuff, and I was smelling all of their good food, and I was hungry, and it just didn't make for a pleasant experience for about an hour. But that was really the only time that I felt like I am pissed off that I'm doing this, and I wish that I wasn't, but I was right at the end, so I'm like, I've got to see this through. I've got to really get to that turning point where you do feel that boost of energy, you do feel that change, and I did. There really is, at some point along the way, this optimization of your body that happens, and this energy that is created to propel you into what's next and to the coming days. So that was really, really cool. But the other downside, and it doesn't happen for everybody, but it probably does happen for a lot of people. You guys, I was in the bathroom a lot. TMI, but I may as well just lived in there for a little while. And that happened to a lot of people. I mean, people talk about cleanses. A lot of times people intentionally do cleanses for that purpose, but I mean, you get the runs. It's not pleasant. It's not painful. At least it wasn't for me, like cramps or anything like that. But you guys, I was pooping a lot. There was a lot of poop. My system was clean. It was cleared out. But I did detox. I detoxed my body. But more so, I feel like it detoxed my mind. And I got to a place in my mind where I knew I had the willpower and the mental ability and the mental clarity to be able to accomplish something like that. And I really did feel good about myself after I was done. But yeah, the one, other than the being hungry towards the end, that's the only other real true downside that I can talk about from my personal experience was you're going to poop a lot probably. So go ahead and get used to that. But overall, I thought it was a really, really positive experience. There's going to be another keto reboot that happens starting March 11th. And I believe, what is this, like the 26th? The 28th is the last day that you can actually order a reboot kit because they want to be able to ship it and get everything out to you in time to where you can do it if you're interested to. But, you know, this is a really good way to kind of dip your toe in the water for keto, to get rid of a plateau if you're experiencing one, to just give your system a reset. I mean, you guys, 2.5 days, like what the hell is that? It's nothing. Anyone can do something like this for such a short period of time. And if you are interested, you know, I can post in the comments the link to order. And if you do miss it and decide that you're interested later, I've got one extra kit. I had ordered a handful of them last time. Didn't really promote it or anything like that because I didn't know what it was all about. So I do have one extra one still left over that I haven't sold to somebody else. And I'm happy to let you guys in on that if you want to participate too. You know, put an emoji in the comments if you want to be added to the Keto Reboot group. Even if you don't buy the kit this time around, I can add you to the group so you can watch some of the videos and learn from some of the coaches and the doctors. Now, guys, this is backed by science. It's backed by science and medical research. So it's not just some random formula or grouping of formulas that's been put out into the market without any forethought. So it is something that's backed and rooted in science. And it's something that I personally feel like it's trustworthy. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there. I know it's a little bit late to the game here, given the timeline for ordering these kits for the next reboot starting March 11th is coming up pretty quickly, but I'll keep you posted on how this one goes if I still feel the same way about it. And, you know, maybe next month when I talk about it again, if I do, I'll sound much more eloquent and informed when I talk about it. But for now, this is just what I know, off the cuff, unplanned, unscripted, just trying to be informative for you guys. So have a good night. See you later. And let me know if you have questions, okay?